So that is pretty perfect. Oh, I've drilled it. Oh, that is such a good shot. That's what golf's all about. Welcome back to Jack Plays Golf. Thanks for all the recent support so far on the channel, it's been great. Today we are doing a course vlog explaining my shot choices as we go along, the good and the bad, starting off with a full 52 degree on this short par 3. That's going, go on, be good. A little short. Okay, so I'm going to try and do a talk through on every one of my shots on the back 9. So I've literally just played the worst golf so far. I actually don't know what I got over on the first 9. It would be a good video to do to show what it's like to actually play badly. Got a good line in, just was right in the center but just short, so I'm going to go 52 again, try and carry it about halfway, and that is pretty much an accurate summary of my first 9. It's actually turned out all right, so I've got a putt, but I mean I've bladed that. Right, so let's see if we can start the video off with a par. It's a very longish putt, but the one thing on the front 9 was my putting was actually all right. Everything else was terrible, so we shall see. A little bit of right to left, I think. Way right to left. Good power though, we'll take that. So I'm going to start the video with a bogey, which, trust me, off that front 9, that's a win. That is a win. The other reason I want to do this video is because you'll normally see me using a 5-iron. However, Dan, my friend, has lent me his driver, which is a stiff shaft. And in the range I was hitting it well. However, on the course, I've been having a stinker. So I was playing with 3 randoms, and maybe that was the pressure of it, but let's see what the stiff shaft can do for me now. Just want to hit it straight. Is it too much to ask for? Oh yes, get in. Go on. I just needed to be myself. Nice little fade down the middle. And you know, if I play shots like that all the time, that's definitely viable because that's right down there. First shot, right down the middle of the fairway, that's exactly where we want it to be. So you know, driver on the back 9, well, the second hole to you guys, has actually been the best shot I've hit all day with it, which is great. So down the middle, par 5 is where you really want to be able to utilize the driver. In the middle of the fairway here, got a good lie with it. Got 2 options. I could either use my hybrid and try and get it right up there with the potential of getting on there for 2. But if I was playing a proper round, I'd probably use my 6-iron just to get up there and leave me with a short chip to the green. There's no one behind me, so what I might do after I've hit my 6-iron, which is my actual shot, I'll hit the hybrid and see what would have happened. Yeah, that's 6-iron going down the middle, and it should sit there, which gives me a bit of a line in. See, it wasn't straight. If that was the hybrid, I would have carried it and gone long. See what the hybrid would have done from a similar position. And the reason I don't go to any other lower club is anything like 5-iron, 4-iron from the deck it never goes well for me, as I'm sure some of you can relate to. Really low. It's going to come. It's still going. I mean, it's gone round the tree. It's probably in a better position. Just not too much in it, to be fair. So again, 6-iron, definitely the club to go for. Something about playing golf just by yourself, it's just satisfying. I like playing with my friends, but I mean, when you're just playing with a group of 3 randoms and it's a bit of a rush, like I just don't play well. Don't know if any of you guys have the same kind of problems, like that kind of performance issues, maybe. I'm sure everyone can relate to those in one way or another. But yeah, no, we're gonna have a short chip on maybe like 50 to 70 yards. I'll see where it rolled up to. And then we'll talk through what we're gonna do on that shot and see how we go. Okay, so just here is my 6-iron shot. So you can see nice line into the flag, about 70 yards. And then there's my other one there. So probably be about 10 yards in front, but just off to the left. 70 yards. Sorry, I'm always used to going meters, but so I've got 2 clubs for this distance. I've got like a half or kind of half of the 52, or more next to full swing with a 60. And it's at the back, so I'm gonna go with a 60 for it and see how it goes. Right, main thing is get a line in with the grass. Have somewhere which you line up with, and just come through. Grab it gently, and come through. And I'm well short. All right, so we're much further than I actually thought I was going to be. The flag is right at the back, and the green's actually really long uphill. So not a shot which I play a lot and do bump and run. The reason I not play a lot is because we've played a lot of winter golf, and it's just been really slow. But I do need to learn this now. It's going left to right as well, so let's go a little bit left. You see, just a little bump and run with a 9-iron. Don't need to give it a lot. That's actually not that bad. If I'd done, I mean, it's terrible, but it's not that bad for someone of my capabilities. I think this angle shows how far it actually is. Well, let's hope I can secure a bogey. I've kind of blown that a little bit. My chip shot really let me down there. But that driver and the 6-iron put me in a good spot to still have an option for par. If I get close, I'll be happy. Oh, I've drilled it. I've absolutely drilled it. That's not a good putt. That is not a good putt. Because that should have been, that's awful. Right, okay, come on. Just take your time, right to left now. A bit gentler. Save bogey. Yes, good bogey putt. So can't be too unhappy with that. So that's the thing with 20 handicappers, is you have a couple of good shots and a couple of bad shots, and you just need to make sure you choose the good ones when you need them. It does not help that it is now raining. We have this lovely par 5 where we're going to tee off over through the fountain, and trust me, I've topped it into this before, so hopefully we won't do that today. Let's see if Dan's driver can put us in the middle of the fairway again. I mean, what a hole for a public course, eh? Not too shabby. Right, okay, driver in hand again. All right, so try and get it in the fairway. It's the only goal. That's looking pretty high. A bit too high. That's probably a bit better. Worst thing about the rain is everything gets wet. Weird that, eh? Okay, there's someone in my fairway, but you know, it should be all right. I don't like how he is standing there though. That is kind of in the middle, but I don't think it'll carry that far. Like I said, it will not carry that far, and it will go into the water. Kind of, you know, cemented that into existence, didn't I? Talked it into existence even. All right, I don't like how he's still just in the fairway, but it is what it is. So free from the tee now. Like I said, it's just a bad day of golf, so you know you're gonna have those days. So just use it as practice. And that's off to the right. We now have a lot of work to do, but you know, you have these rounds where they're just terrible. So I say bye to that one. As you can see now, I've actually changed to my wet glove. So let's see if wet gloves make a difference on I don't know if you can even see the rain, but it is starting to rain pretty hard. But yeah, come on to the next shots. I got really lucky that the ball's even here. Must have hit this tree over there, and this over this. And again, I've kind of got that option of hitting hybrid for distance or 6-iron and then another like 7-iron in. And going off how the other shots went, I think 6-iron is the play at the moment. If a club's going well for you, you just stick at it, even if you lose a bit of distance. Just like that, that's down there. It's gone a little right. Come on, bounce, bounce, come on, come left. There could be a tree in the way for the green, but you know, it's all right. Par's out the window. You've got to accept par's out the window, otherwise it needs to go in. So realistically, I'm going for double bogey. A triple is like essentially a bogey now. Just play smart over the holes. It should eventually come back and reward you, is the theory. All right, so we're 145, slightly downhill, 2 bunkers either side. So I probably want to play a bit longer, if anything. So between a 7 or an 8 iron. I'm gonna go 7 iron. So this should definitely go long, is the theory. It's also downhill, so does that lose loft? Oh God, I don't know. Too confusing. Yeah, that's kind of the thought process I'm going with right now anyway. And it's come right off to the right. And I mean, one thing is it's missed the bunkers. Also missed the fairway, the green and everything else. The one thing I definitely have learned is I need to practice more. Can't just take like a few weeks off and expect to be back to where you were. Like, so all the break 90s that you would have seen me playing, they're about 2 months old. Okay, so we got a little chip on. We're gonna go with a 52. Try and get it there. And then hopefully putt it afterwards. So a little 52. Want to bounce it just before the green, I think. Like that. That should do. Lovely, lovely. That should give us a good putt. We're gonna have to scamper a little bit, so we're running with the thing. Let's see if we can putt this one in for double. Is that? I mean, really happy with that chip, to be fair. And it's a great putt, so in for double, I believe. All right, what do you kind of think of these videos? I probably won't be able to do them very often just because of how busy golf is around the clubs that I play and the time that I'm able to actually play. So let me know if you like this by liking the video. Let's see if we can get 50 likes. That's my goal for every video at the moment. That'd be fantastic. So hit the like button. Let's get into this next hole. Hit the driver one more time before we put it back in the bag for the rest of the round. See, that last hole is where course management's so key. Because if I didn't go in the water and say that first driver was the one which I actually played, that would have been a par, and it would have been a good par as well. So, you know, just remember, don't get too frustrated and just believe that you can bring it back towards the end. If it's on the 18th and you're having a stinker, then by all means just go for it, whatever you're chasing. Okay, so driver again. Let's try slow the swing down a little bit and get a good shot. That's all I want, is one good shot with the driver. I mean, that's gonna play, that is gonna play. It's gone real low, real straight. It should be on the left-hand side, but that should be good distance. And the tee has dug into the ground. A little front flip with the tee. So driver, you know, lives to fight another day for now. 6 iron here. So it is slightly downhill, but again, we're in the middle of the fairway. It's about 200, no, just shy of 200 yards to the pin. Right, let's make sure I get a good line on this, because I keep on stepping over it and not forgetting where it is. Okay. Oh, that is such a good shot. Even if it misses the green, that'd be fun. Oh, look at that, just to the right of the green. That's what golf's all about, man. Just smacking a 6 iron as clean as you can. Right, that's put me just to the right of the green. Oh, that was so good. That's why you just gotta love golf. May have got a little overexcited with the 6 iron, but you know, driver 6 iron, and I'm in line with the flag. I'm just off to the right, so I mean that's just great. If I could do that every time, I'd be so happy. I'd be such a better golfer, but I can't do that every time. Which is why, you know, why I am where I am on my handicap. So if we can get par on this hole, that'd be awesome. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, bogey would be fine as well. Probably a good idea to do like a little bump and run again, but I don't really have confidence or practice with that shot. So I'm going to stick to what works for me normally, and that's a little 52 or even a little 60. There's a nice little sprinkler cover here, but yeah, let's try. I'm going to land it about halfway, I reckon. Go on, go on. Oh, just for a second. Again, it carried a little long, but it had a roll to go in. So, you know, chip in for birdie would be fantastic. And if someone was to tell me at the start of this hole I'd have this putt for par, I'd take it 10 out of 10. So it's going a little bit left to right. See if we can sink this in for the first par. I've not hit it hard enough. Oh, that's probably the line as well. But tap in bogey, we'll take that. And we've got a little gap, so I'm just gonna give it one more time. I think it was around here. Let's see if I would have made it if I gave it a bit harder. I just don't want to go long as well, that's the other thing. Of course. But you know, when it doesn't matter, you can get it easy. We're going on to a nice little par 3 now. On this par 3, I've always come short, so I'm going to go up a club to what I normally go. See if that works. And now I've got the wet glove on. Is the wet glove going to make the difference for the next few holes? Stay tuned to find out. Bit awkward as it's 100, so like 105 yards, 107 yards. And that's a big gap between my 52 and my pitching wedge. I'm going to play my actual ball with 52, and then if I've got time to hit a second, I will hit the pitching wedge like I said I was going to do and go up the club. Is that going to be in the bunker? Oh, I think that's in the bunker. So you won't be able to see that sign, but it actually says ground under repair. So we get to drop that ball out of the bunker, which is just as well because it's in a puddle, but it has had a little clean. So we're just going to come and drop that. I believe you just drop it at the back, but tell me if I'm wrong. Well, that's what I'm going to play right now. Check that the ball is in camera, which it is. We're going to go 60 to get over it. And let's see what we can do. That's perfect. Go on. Go on. Go on, son. Yes, ground's under repair. Let's leave a like for ground's under repair. What a hero. Another putt for par. That's 2 par putts in a row. And again, we'd be taking that all day. Come on, let's make this one. Let's make this one. Come on, let's not rush it. Respect it. Oh, I've gone too... I thought that was going to go in. Tap in for bogey once more. So this one's a par 5, but it's a bit of an S-shaped hole. So if I was to go driver, I'd have to attack over some water almost. And it's just really not worth the reward at the moment. So I could do 5, then a 7, then have a wedge shot in, which is probably what I'm going to try and do. And I've caught up with the other group now, so I may be able to have a shot with the driver if I've got time. But we're going to start with the 5 iron, just to try and get in the fairway. So I want to go just to the left of those trees. And that's pretty perfect, I would say. Right down the middle in the fairway, and it's wet, so it's going to sit there. See, that's the risk. That's why you don't hit it. Just into the trees. Let's run towards it just to make up a bit of speed. Well, it's not really much of a run, as I've kind of given up there. So again, driver would be over here in this stuff. My 5 iron is in the middle of the fairway. So that's where, you know, you need to start doing better course management to your ability and not just picking up the driver and reckon, oh yeah, I can probably get it over there. You're gonna get a high score if you do that, which is what I'm used to doing anyway. So, you know, maybe I should take my own advice. It gets narrower towards the hole, and a 6 iron takes me a little bit further, but there's more hazards in play. And 7 iron, if I hit it well, should take me to a better distance for approach into the flag as well. So just trying to think ahead of the curve here. And that's absolutely perfect, right down the middle. Why couldn't I have played like that the whole time? good bounce, bounced off to the left. That's gonna give me a perfect play in. You just need to start doing it all the time. Why can't I do it all the time? Again, so it's giving me a perfect distance in. So now I'm here, about 100 yards, which is the range I normally quite like, but my wedges are a bit off at the moment. So I'm gonna give it a 52 and try and get up there. But again, like the actual position 2 here, that's perfect play here. So if I do anything wrong here, it's just me. It's not, I've got a perfect lie. I'm right bang in the middle. Just need to get a good shot off of the 52 now, which is easier said than done, unfortunately, today. Although that is pretty perfect. Go on, be the one, be the club, be the club, be the club. Oh, yes. What a shot. Yes, come on. I mean, I've birdied this hole before and I've got a birdie chance again. Again, just, it's an easy par 5 if you play it right. Again, that's one of the hazards I was talking about. But instead, we're up there right on the green. And that's for birdie now. So realistically, it's still a hard putt for birdie, but could happen. Right, so we got this putt for birdie. If it goes in, hit that subscribe button. Try and get to 500 subs by the end of the year. Come on. Come on, let's see if I'm reading this right. Bit left edge, left edge. Oh, yes. That's in for birdie. Hit that subscribe button. Join the journey. Yes, come on. That's so good. What a feeling to get a birdie. The funny thing is, it's the hole which I didn't use Dan's driver for. Again, like, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I've just seen on the last hole where I was saying play up to the hazard. The guy after me, sorry, has just tried to hit it from a long distance to try and clear that hazard, and then it's rolled into the water. So again, it does help. Maybe you didn't know the course, but it does help planning ahead a little bit, giving yourself the shots which you're comfortable at. Let's see, driver from the tee again on a par 4 this time. Let's try and get it up there. It's down the middle. Go on, roll, 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 roll. We will take that. So again, Dan's driver actually comes off all right. So we're in the middle of the fairway. So normally that would be a good few yards shorter, although I didn't hit it that great, to be fair. Would have been nice to hit it nice and high, but it went quite low. And since all the rain which is coming down, as you've seen, it's made the ground really soft. And it's not traveled as far as possible. But hopefully you'll have like maybe a 7-6 iron in. Rolled again, middle of the fairway. About 155 meters, about 170 yards. I think, is it into the wind or are you pretty calm now? Into the wind slightly. I think the pin's at the back. But I'm gonna go a 7 iron instead of 6 iron and see how that goes. I've carried it long before, you see, and it's better to be short than long on this one. All right, those people are just finishing off the putting there. Again, just let me know how you think this style of video goes. Quite enjoy practicing talking. I know my talking is not great, but it'll get better hopefully as I continue to make videos. Again, 7 iron, a little bit short if I don't hit it well. It's not the end of the world. Just got to remember, you don't always want to go for the pin at our level, as crazy as that sounds. Oh, he's hit it well. Hit it well, come on. Oh, it's gone off to the left. Short, but it's rolling there. Like I said, 6 iron was probably the play. Ah, now low. Good line, but I've chunked it a little bit chunky. And there's the divot marks, so I'll go try and repair now, but you can see a little bit chunkier on that 6 iron than the 7 iron. So as we go over the hill here, little mound, you can see the 6 iron just to the right where I chunked it, and a little bit further ahead and to the left is the 7 iron. The pointing's probably been way off, but you know, I gave it an effort. So again, I'm gonna go 52 here just because that's my more comfortable one. It's kind of uphill as well, so I've got more risk because I need to carry it further. So I'm gonna look on the green, I kind of see a little divot of where I want to carry it to. there's like a little thing there I had to go into, which put me off a little bit. But it's a good distance. Let's see, if I had that perfect lie, so that's perfect lie now. I do have the intel of that last shot, so that does help. But let's see if I could get better. See, look at that, that's perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to land it. But that's golf sometimes, that is golf. Okay, seeing a little left to right, but not too much. This is for par. Oh, I've hit it too soft. Hit it too soft. Actually, it looks like a small hole. Oh, and I've missed it for double. Alright, this is one of my bogey holes. So I'm going to play 5-iron, and then I will use Dan's driver for the second shot if I've got time. Oh, and that's absolutely perfect. Right down the middle again. Go on, yes, 5-iron. So you don't even need to hit the driver when I'm hitting it like that. I mean, driver could go better, technically speaking. It'd be nice to have a good drive and a good 5-iron on the same hole so we can get an accurate comparison. But that's a bit of a big ask, unfortunately. Or is it? I mean, that's absolutely perfect. Okay, that's where you need, that's dead in the center. It has faded a little bit, but wow. If I could do that every time, man. And it's going to be good for the video because now we can compare the 5-iron, which is a good 5-iron, and a good driver. It's annoying because I've hit a good driver now. I kind of want to just pretend that I didn't hit the 5-iron, and not, I mean, you guys definitely don't need to technically see it. I mean, I could just pretend that my driver was my first shot and you would be none the wiser. But yeah, we're going to play the 5-iron. Hopefully, there's a bit of a gap. The guys are stood on the green though. So I'm hoping that they can speed up. I might get 2 shots at it and I can play both balls. But let's have a look at what the distance is between the good 5-iron and the good driver. This is the 5-iron right here. And then the driver is there. Going 7-iron again. Oh, it's low. It's low. It's up there. It is up there. That is the difference. Here I'm playing probably a 56. Oh, and it's bounced just off to the left. It's actually ended up pretty much the same spot. Let's see, so I've got a driver ball on the right, 5-iron on the left. Try and do a little 60 onto it, is the goal. Go on. That's a great shot. This is my actual ball. Again, just gentle 60. Oh, again, what good shots, man. Come on. This is dialed in. And I could play the first 9 like this when there's people around. Hopefully, I can show you how to get par with a driver from the tee and a 5-iron from the tee. That's 1 par. It's my actual ball though. And it's in for par. 2 pars. How to get pars with a 5-iron and driver from the tee. I'm going to end it on a driver one. See if we can end with some confidence. But I want to play it more towards the left, is what I've learned from past experience. If you would have seen, it might not have been out yet, but on one of my videos where I was going for my best score, ended up getting an 8 on this. So yeah, I want to go towards the left. Again, real low, but it'll play. Is exactly where I wanted it to be. That was so low. What was that, like about 4-degree launch? But it's where I wanted to be. Definitely still needs a lot of work. But yeah, I think lessons with driver. Get myself a stiff shaft driver, because my driver at the moment is a regular, and it's also a bit longer, so I think it's too long for me because I'm really short. But stiff shaft definitely seems to be the way. Let's see if we can finish this one in style. Yeah, anyway, this is me playing with a driver, which you guys wouldn't have seen much of so far. Hopefully we'll see more of it in the future, but I think right now, in terms of when I'm going to try and break 90, probably still stick with a 5-iron. Played it more to the left, so it's giving me a better lie than normal. Let's just get it close. There's 2 bunkers in play, so I want to miss those, come short, and then chip onto the green, I think is the play here. Let's tell you what I'd love to be able to do from here. So I've looked at the distance, and if I hit a 6-iron perfectly, that would be bang in the middle of the green. So I'd love to step up here with my 6-iron and just smash it onto the middle of the green and just walk up with putter in hand. All right, come on. Taking my time over this one. There it is, that. Just. All right, slow down that backswing. And that's perfect. Come on, sit, 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 sit. Perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to be. Exactly where I want to be. Come on. Nice chip over the bunker to finish. Let's see if we can get it up and down for a par. That would be awesome. It's funny because I actually started doing this video with the intentions of just showing you a bad round. And as I've grown into the round, it's actually turned into one of my better rounds. With how those 260s went on the last hole, I'm kind of tempted to stick with it, you know? It's been better than my 52. Let's stick with it. Probably would have been 52. Still happy with it though. All right, I don't think I've actually parred this hole before. So let's see how we go. A little bit on the left, I reckon. It's uphill as well. Oh, it's just slipped out. Bogey finish. Get in. What a round. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to do a quick talk at the end whilst I'm off the green. So just got in the car reviewing that back 9. So I got a birdie, a par, 2 doubles, and the rest bogeys, I think. I'm not too sure. It'll be on the screen now anyway, just to show. But yeah, I just prefer playing by myself, or just with like one friend. I just feel when there's 4 of you, it's just so much of a rush to get going, and you're just like rushing each shot, and I'm just like making error after error after error. In terms of the driver, definitely a lot of work needs to be done on that. But as you saw on that one hole where I parred both with the 5-iron and the driver, the distance difference between the driver and the 5-iron was pretty nuts. So it'd be great to get that distance into my game. Instead of having like a 7-iron into the green, I'd have a wedge. So 7-iron, because I'm not like a very high level golfer, when my 7-iron goes, it's not going to spin or stop dead. It's going to roll obviously quite a bit. Whereas like a wedge shot has got less rollout, so you can be more precise with it. But yeah, let me know if you liked this video. I enjoyed filming it. And let's see where we can go with the golf game. And hopefully we will get some better scores and get towards that single-digit handicap a lot further down the line. I'm being realistic with it and not going too far. So this is the can which I actually meant to drink at the 9th. So it's been in my bag the whole way. Let's see if I can open it up and have a nice cold drink. Oh, I actually thought that was going to piss everywhere. It was supposed to be a nice bit for the video, but instead it's just going to be me drinking. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.